I hope my screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible, ma'am.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. So, the Vedic mathematics is called so because of its origin from Vedas. To be more specific, it has originated from Atharva Veda, the fourth Veda. Atharva Veda deals with the branches like engineering, mathematics, sculpture, medicine, and all the other sciences with which we are today aware of this. The Sanskrit word Veda means it is derived from the root with, meaning to know without limit. The word Veda converts all Veda Sankhas known to humanity. The Veda is repository of all the knowledge, pathless, even revealing as it is delivered deeper. So Vedic mathematics, which simplifies the arithmetic and algebraic operations, has increasingly found acceptance the world over. Expertise suggests it could be a handy tool for those who needs to solve the mathematical problems faster by day. It is an ancient technique which simplifies simple algebraic operations like multiplication, division, complex numbers, squaring, cubing, square root, and cube roots. Even recurring decimals and auxiliary fractions can also be solved by Vedic mathematics. So this forms, it is a part of Jyotish Shastra, which is one of the six parts of Vedangas. The Shastra or astronomy is made up of three parts called skandhas. A skandha means the big branch of a tree shooting out of the trunk. So it was revived largely due to an effort of Jagadguru Swami Bharati Krishna Tirthaji of Govardhan Pita, Puri Jagannath, during his time period of 1884 to 1960, having researched the subjects for years continuously. Even his efforts would have gone it vain but for enterprises of some disciplines who took down notes during his last days. The basics of Vedic mathematics, which is including 16 sutras, which attributes a set of qualities to a number or a group of numbers. The ancient Hindu scientists of Bharat in 16 sutras and 120 words laid down a simple steps for solving all mathematical problems in easy to follow 2 to 3 steps directly. So Vedic mentals or one or two methods can be used effectively for solving divisions, reciprocals, factorizations, HCF, squares, square roots, cubes, cube roots, algebraic equations, multiplication, simultaneous equations, quadratic equations, cubic equations, biquadratic, higher degree polynomials, differential calculus, what not. All the branches of mathematics, the root is consisting with the help of Vedic mathematics only. So they will not use simple like figures for big numbers like Vedic scholars in their numerical notations. Instead of, they are preferring to use Sanskrit alphabets with each alphabet consisting of a number. Several mantras, in fact, denote the numbers that includes the formed Gayatri mantra, which adds to 108 when decoded. How fast you can solve a problem is very important rather than making more steps to include to solve a particular problem. There is a race against time in all the competitions. Only the people having fast calculations ability will be able to win that race. So it can be saved the time to solve more problems are used for differential problems. Here, the ancient roots, we already explained about what are all the ancient roots, and developing over centuries, Vedic mathematics has been refined and passed down through the generation, preserving and enriching the mathematical knowledge of ancient Indian. And today, the Vedic mathematics has gained recognition worldwide, contributing to the global diversity of mathematical knowledge and serving as an inspiration for innovative approaches to learning mathematics. What not here? The main route from the Vedic mathematics, we can have more applications in computers, cryptography. While decoding the terms, we can apply the different rules, 16 sutras and 13 subsutras. What not? In everywhere, we can have the ancient roots related to Vedic mathematics. Now, why we want to study Vedic mathematics? Because we already have different types of syllabus or content in different versions. But why we want to study Vedic mathematics? It will become a big question here and there. So, using this Vedic mathematics to solve particular type of problems, generally it is including n number of steps to solve such type of equations. Whereas if you are applying the Sanskrit alphabet rule, what is the root meaning of that root? You can easily find out the solution for such type of equations very easily. It helps a person to solve the mathematical problems 10 to 15 times faster, and it is giving the intelligence guessing, reduces the burden, and it is also a magical tool to reduce the scratch work and finger counting, and it increases the concentration, helps to reduce the silly mistakes also, and it provides answers to one line, whereas conventional method requires several steps. It is an ancient technique which simplifies such type of problems. So we can just go through that instead of taking more. There are 16 sutras of Vedic mathematics. I already told 16 sutras and 13 subsutras are there. Using these sutras, we can easily find out the basics to find out the solution for such type of equations. The first one is Ekadikena Purvena, that is nothing but by one more than the one before. First, I'll read out all the sutras, and then each sutra where we can apply, we can go periodically. So,
Ma'am,
yes, ma'am.
ma'am, the slide is in the front slide itself. It has not changed. Yes,
Oh,
ma'am. Ma'am, can you change it to full screen mode, ma'am?
no, ma'am.
No, ma'am, it's not in full screen mode.
One second, ma'am. Now, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I am already sharing in full screen only, ma'am. Once I will do, I will stop sharing and again I'll share it. Right, ma'am?
Fine, ma'am.
Is it now in full screen mode, ma'am?
No, ma'am, no. Ma'am, you'll find a logo in the right side bottom, no, ma'am. That is a full screen mode,
Yeah, that is what.
but it has not yet changed, ma'am.
This
Okay,
button.
that is we have that in the right side bottom, no, ma'am. We have the percentage. That is, you have a 62 percentage your battery level. Next, you have the
Where, ma'am? Here.
that's what next to that you have a logo, no, ma'am, like a small icon, like a TV one. So that is a full screen slideshow.
Yeah, that is what. That one only I did, ma'am.
But it's not. Oh, then it's not a issue, ma'am. Okay, we can continue, ma'am.
No, ma'am. One second. Even like that only I'm sharing.
Okay, ma'am. Or else you have an option called slideshow, no, over there in the top.
There, like that only I'm sharing. Slideshow only I'm doing, ma'am. One second. I will do. Now it is, for me, it is showing the slideshow only, ma'am. That is what.
No, ma'am. Still, it's not, ma'am. It's not an issue, ma'am. We'll just move on. No, no problem.
Okay.
You can just come to the present slide. That's
Okay. Now is it?
no, ma'am. No, no,
Oh,
no issues, ma'am. We'll continue, ma'am.
for me, it is showing here full screen like slideshow only, ma'am.
Okay, okay, but it's not. I think it's not working. Maybe some technical issues. No issues, ma'am. We can
Right.
go. We can just move on.
Right, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank
So
you.
the first sutra is Ekadikena Purvena, by one more than the one before. First, I'll read out all the sutras, then we will move on to slowly what is that, how we can apply the sutras periodically. Nishkalam Navacharam Dashat, all from 9 and the last from 10. Vyadvatya Tiryagyam, vertically and crosswise. Paravatyam Yojayet, transpose and apply. Shunyam Samayaschayet, if the Samuchaya is the same, it is 0. Prapnuyat Shunyam Prapnuyat, if one is in ratio, the other is 0. Sankalana Vyavakalanabhyam, by addition and by subtraction. Purana Puranabhyam, by the completion or non-completion. Chalana Kalanabhyam, differential calculus. Avadunam, by the deficiency. Vyapti Samaptiha, specific and general. Sheshanyena Charamena, the reminders by the last digit. Sopanatyayamantyayam, the ultimate and twice the penultimate. Ekanyunena Purvena, by one less than the one before. Gunita Samuchayaha, the product of the sum. Gunaka Samuchayaha, all the multipliers. So the first one is here Ekadikena Purvena. Ekadikena, one more Purvena, the one before, means squaring the numbers ending in 5. So this is the main sutra which can be applicable for here. Taking the product of, for example, if we have to multiply two, like two places, like 25 square, 55 square, 45 square, like that. Instead of taking that big calculations, we can easily find out with the help of one single letter using Ekadikena Purvena. For example, in modern methods, how we are applying to take the square of numbers which is ending with the 5, 65 into 65. Generally, we are taking that units place and the 10th position, taking the multiplication of all the terms in the unit place, then go to the 10th one. Again, we are adding the things like it is taking 2 or 3 steps to simplify such type of products in our modern methods. Whereas in Vedic mathematics, if you want to take the squaring of such type of numbers, we can apply Ekadikena Purvena. 6, for example, we can, and this is the sutra specifically applying for units placed in 5, like 55 square, 25 square, 35 square, 45 square, like that. So first one you can take 5 into 5, 25, whereas coming to the second, 10th place, Ekadikena Purvena. So this is the value you can add one more than itself. For example, that place is in 6 number, you can add 1. That means 7. 7 6 are 42. Instead of taking this much multiplication, you can take directly that sutra. What is that? Here, Ekadikena Purvena, you can directly apply here. 5 5 is 25, multiplying the previous digit 6 by one more than itself. Previous digit 6, one more than 7, 7 6 are 42. So 42 25. For example, if you want to multiply 35 square, then 35 into 35, what is that? Here 5 5 are 25, and Ekadikena Purvena, 4, 4 3 is a 12. That is nothing but 12 25. Suppose you want to multiply with 75 square. Say for example 75 into 75 units place, you can easily take the product. 5 5 is 25 and ek adi ki na purvena 7 one more than that is nothing but 8 8 sevens are 56. That means if you want to multiply 75 square, the value should be 5625. If you don't have such type of sutra, if you want to take the product 75 square, means again you can take the ones place taking the product, then go for the 10th place, take the product and take all the summation in one place, 10th place. Accordingly it will take 2 to 3 steps to find out such type of multiplications. Whereas using this Vedic mathematics, the first rule is prescribably using for the numbers which are having squaring, and that number units place is ended with the 5. Perfect square of 55, 25, 35, 15, like that. So the sutra formula here anurupyena means proportionality or similarly. This sutra is highly useful to find the product of two numbers when both of them are near the common base like 50, 60, etc. Like multiples of powers. Anurupyena. This sutra is formula means here next one. The numbers base is like 50, multiples of 10, 20, 30, like that. Generally in Anurupyena method, what we are taking here 46 into 43. Then this is the general way of taking the product. Again, it will take 3 steps. Sometimes it will take more than 3 steps also to take the multiplication. Using Vedic mathematics, remember here we are applying this formula for both are having the same, like multiple of 10, 55 into 57 or 46 into 43, 25 into 23, something like that. So both are having the same 10th place with a different unit number. Units place is different number. Suppose take the 46 into 43. How easily you can do that here? 46, which is the multiple of 4 and which is nearer to 50, but it is how much lesser? 4 lesser. Similarly, for 43 also, what is the nearest 10th multiple of 10? 50. But 43, 50 is how much lesser here? 7 lesser. So 46 you can take, this is nearer to the next multiple of 10, 50, but it is lesser 4. 43, the next multiple of 10 is 50, but it is lesser 7. So you can write here 46 into 43, lesser 4, that is why minus 4, here lesser 7, that is minus 7. Now 6 3 is a 18, that should be given in the last to two places. Accordingly, we are taking the corresponding value. 2, 3 fours are 12 and 6 fours are 24. So accordingly, you can have the product is here 1978. In this case, Anurupyena, how can we take the product? First one is multiplication, which is having the perfect square with ended 5. Whereas in Anurupyena, both are having the same multiple of 10 with the different digits in the 1th place. Next, Nikhilam. Navatsa Charamam
Excuse me,
Dashat.
ma'am. Ma'am, you need to change the slide, ma'am. It's still there in the 16th Sutras of Veda math.
Oh, okay. Is it now, ma'am?
Yeah,
Okay.
Anurupena
Yeah. I
slide is.
think now it is over. Na? Anurupian, now it's I completed this formula and this is the simple example. Now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Slideshow. It is in the slideshow only, ma'am. From current slide. Now it is,
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
no, slideshow only, na?
Yes, ma'am, but not in the full screen mode.
Oh,
Maybe if in the next slide, if it is not changing, I'll make an intimation, ma'am. No problem.
Okay, okay, right, ma'am.
Okay.
So in this Nikilam Navatsa Charamam Dashat, the sutra here means all from 9 and the last from 10. See, previously we have both are closer to the multiple of 10 and both are having the same 10th position like 56 into 57, 46 into 43, like 23 into 25, something like that. In this case, Nikilam Navatas Charamam Dashat. So here we can do the multiplication of such type of numbers very effectively applied, which are nearer to the basis like same 10, 100,000. So here all from 9 and the last from 10. For example, 96 into 98 if you want to take. So take this one. Modern method, how we are taking 97 into 94 means general multiplication only. Coming to here 97, instead of taking it is a multiple of 10. So 47 more to 50. So don't take that 50 is the multiple. Here you can go for next term like 100. 97 is closer to 100 but lesser 3. 94 is also closer to 100 but it is lesser 6. Therefore, you can take the product here 97 into 94 for example here which is lesser 3 lesser 6. Therefore, take the product here 3 6 are 18 and what is it 7 per units place here 7 and that units place is here 1. Therefore, 7 4 11 and the corresponding 9 it will become as it is. So 97 into 94 if you want to multiply you can get the value as 9118. Suppose you can go for some other multiplication also say 86 into 87. Then 86 is closer to 100 instead of 50. How much it is lesser? Write down the value. 87 is also closer to 100. How much lesser? Write down the value here and take the corresponding multiplication. This is also a very good example. Sometimes we are related to cryptographic related applications. Then you can go the points on the curve, how we are taking points. Generally in the cryptography, elliptical cryptography, and different types of algorithms we are dealing to make the information secure. Different types of algorithms we are using like RSA algorithm, Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm. Such a type of algorithms we are using to make that message into more confidential. Suppose the message we are sending from one person to another person, if the message is more, accordingly, while sharing the key system takes more and the time is also taking more. If the message sending is more, storage requires more. At the same time is also requires more. So to avoid such type of ambiguity, the same thing we can do instead of RSA algorithm or Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm, we can apply a topic of elliptic curve cryptography. In that elliptic curve cryptography, the same message, if we have more messages to send from one person to another person, to avoid the storage, to avoid the time consumption, we can apply this elliptic curve cryptography. Mostly, this elliptic curve cryptography depends on the curve, how the point addition and point subtraction, multiplication, such a type of this basic operations are applicable in elliptical cryptography. While taking the point addition or subtraction or multiplication using that highest common factor or least common multiplication, there this Vedic mathematics gives very much useful with the same length of message we are sending from one person to another person with a short key system at the same time less memory it can occupies. Next case is here when both the numbers are higher than the base. Suppose, say, previously what we observed 93 into 97 or 86 into 84, the numbers you are taking the nature Even they are closer to 100, but we are taking the numbers are which is lesser than the multiple of 10, like 100, which is lesser. Like how much lesser here? 3 lesser. For 94, it is 6 lesser. Accordingly, we are applying this sutra. Coming to next case here, if both the numbers are closer to 100 and it is more than the number, like 103 into 105 or 1111 into 132, something like that. In that case, modern method, you can take the multiplication taking more, because this is like a 3 by 3 multiplication, only units place, tenth place and hundreds place. The same thing we can do by Vedic mathematics. For example, take here 103 into 105. So 103 here, this is the value closer to 100 and higher than the base. What is my base here? 100. How much it is more? 3 more. And 105 is also closer to 100, that is my base, and higher than the base. How much it is more? 5 base, 5 more. So you can take the value here 103. How much more? 3 more. Right aside little bit left of that one. And 105 is also more to that base number. 5 it is more. Now you can take the multiplication of these two. 3 5s are 15, and units place take as it is 8, and the remaining 10 you can write them as it is. So 10,815, within a fraction of second you can take the multiplication. Suppose I am writing 107 into 106, then 107 here, this is more than the base, 7 more, 106 more than the base, 6 more. So you can take 7 6 13, and here 13 and here. So you can take simplification of this value is 10,000 for 413. So accordingly, you can take the multiplication here. Case 1 is related to numbers are lower than the base, and case 2 is higher than the base. This is the sutra completely related to Navatsa Charamam Dashat and then Nikhilam Navatsa Charamam Dashat. Now coming to third case. First case is lower than the base. Second case is more than the base. Third case is, see, in both the two cases, what we observed while taking the product of the two numbers, both the numbers are having the same nature of less than the base and more than the base. Not every time we can have many combinations of one values more than the base and other values less than the base also occurs. Take an example, 103 into 98. Observing the first number, this is more than the base and it is multiple of 10, like 100. It's closer to 100, more than the base 100. Coming to 98, this is also closer to the base 100, but it is less than. Previous two cases, both the numbers are lower than the base, both the numbers are lesser than the base. But observing here, one number is more than the base and one number is less than the base. You can check here the product. Which one is more than the base? You can write as it is with 3. Like 103, closer to the base, but it is higher than the base. How much it is higher? 3. Coming to the second number 98, this is also closer to the base 100, but it is lesser than the 100. How much it is lesser? 2 lesser. So it is given as the -2. Now taking the product here, you can simplify 3 and 2. Accordingly, you can write the value here. 3 8 is 24. Now take that 9 and take the corresponding cross multiplication. You can have the simplification of the product is here 10,094. So both are lower, both are higher. One is lower and one is higher also. You can apply the corresponding rule. Next, coming to another sutra, Urdhva Tiryagvyam. Urdhva Tiryagvyam. The two-digit multiplication by Urdhva Tiryagvyam, you can have a generalized formula here. Suppose say A, B, C, D are my two-digit numbers. You are taking the product of A, B into C, D. Now, take the corresponding first one. Say here instead of ABCD, we can say BCEF, whatever it may be. First, take the units place product AB, like 6 threes are 18. Then go for the cross multiplication. While taking the product, urdhva tiryagbyam, units place product, then go for opposite diagonal places. Take the summation. 4 3 is a 12 plus 4 6 is a 24. Then go for 10th place product. First one is units place, then the corresponding cross diagonal summation, then take the corresponding 10th place product. Suppose you are taking here previous example, 6 threes are 18, then see 46 into 43. First take the corresponding value, 6 threes are 18, then opposite product with the summation, 4 3 is a 12 plus 6 4 is a 24. Now this should be 36, and here B into E. Now take this B into E, like 4 4 is a 16. Now you can simplify the corresponding value, 16 like 3, this is 19, 6 ones are 7. So 18 should be written in the first, like units place is 8, 10th place is 1. Then you can write them as the corresponding diagonal product summation, which is 36. Then it should be 8, 7. Take the next 10th place product, Tiriagyam. Then what is that value? 4 for the 16. Now take the 16. So 1, 9, 7, 8. First you are writing 18 in units place 8, 10th place 1, then cross multiplication, that should be written in units place 6, 10th place is 3, then go for 10th place Triagyam, that is 16. Now you have 8, 7, 9, 1, 1917. Then that is for two-digit multiplication with the help of Urdhva Tiryagyam. If it is the case of three-digit multiplication by Urdhva Tiryagyam, for example, say this is ABC and this is DEF. First, to take the units place multiplication, like 3 5s are 15. Then go for corresponding diagonal elements. Say 0 into 5, 0, 3 into 0, 0. Now take the summation of this value. Next, diagonals A into F, 1 into 5, 3 into 1 plus 0 into 0. So you can take A into F, C into D, B into E. Say A, B, C, D, E, F. First you are writing units place multiplication, write the value, then go for the units and 10th place diagonal elements, write the value accordingly, units and 10th position. Now coming to all the three, A to F, C to D and B to E. Again that we have to write it in units and 10th place. Then go for 10th position and 100th position. A into E, B into D. Take the summation. Then go for last value. So 4 times you can have the corresponding simplification. For example, if you are taking 103 into 105. First, take the units place multiplication. 3 5s are 15. Then go for these two. 5 into 0 plus 0 into 0. That means it should be in the units position only. Then go for uh, all the three product. 5 into 1 plus 3 into 1 plus 0 into 0. Nothing but you are writing in the units place. Okay. And next you can go for rest of these two, 1 into 0 plus 1 into 0. Again, it is 0. Next, 1 into 1. So, what we have here? 5, 1, 8 and 0, 1. So, 10,815. First one, 15. Units place is 5. 10th position is 1. then go to these two, first units place and 10th place, taking the product and the summation, it should be 0. Then go for all the three diagonal multiplication, it should be 8, means only we have units position. Then go for 1 into 0 plus 0 into 1. Again, this is 0. We have in the units position. Then last 1 into 1. That means we have 10,815. So 3-digit multiplication also we can do with the help of Urdhva Tiryakbyam. Now, like that, we have many formulas are there to simplify such a type of multiplication very easily. And using this cross multiplication, because different types of calculations, we can apply different types of formulae. Taking the perfect square or taking the number product of two numbers such that two numbers are having the base is lower than the base, more than the base, or one value is lower and one value is higher. And accordingly, we can apply the Tiryabyam. If it is the case of two-digit number, how to take the product Tiryabyam, and more digits also we can apply. Similarly, we can go for Sankalana Vyavakalanam. All the formulas can be applicable key role in such a type of what we are doing, the numerical applications like so-called computers or machine learning applications. Such things we have lot many applications with the help of this Vedic mathematics. So the sutras here, what happened? The 16 sutras are the word formula that offers the efficient strategy for solving mathematical problems and performing the complex calculations. And the corollary which is accompanying each sutra provides the additional principle. I told you 16 sutras and 13 anusutras are there. So for every sutra, one Anusutra is there. So you got it out of for 16 sutras, it should be 16 Anusutras, not like one value can be accompanied with more Anusutras. So we can have here only 13 Anusutras are there. With the help of every sutra, what is the corresponding Anusutra? If you have correlate, we can do wonders to what we are applying, that many applications to take the simple calculations or calculus part, trigonometry, computational geometry, in all the way you can apply deep into the dive of the sutras. Then we can do many wonders to such type of our real world problems also. So the benefits and advantages of learning Vedic mathematics I already explained. Enhance the speed and accuracy, improving the mental clarity, applicability in competitive exams for especially the students, because nowadays the students are all the way coming from online to offline, making them to sit properly and educating them become very big problem for the teachers, for fraternity as well as the parents. Such a type of Vedic mathematics, we are making them to do little interest. They can do the problems very fast and speed accuracy also. So we can apply this Vedic mathematics in our everyday life also, mental calculations, and it gives the problem solving skills to real world situations of offering the practical solutions for various mathematical challenges encountering day to day life, and cultivating the logical thinking by utilizing the Vedic mathematic principles. Individuals can cultivate logical thinking and analytical skills, enhancing their overall approach to problem solving and the decision making can also they can do. So techniques for mental calculations in Vedic mathematics is nothing but digit turns, base methodology, squaring and cubing. I already explained that problems in Vedic mathematics, speedy multiplication, instant subtraction, efficient division, such a type of things they can do. And future resources for learning Vedic mathematics, we can take the book from Bharati Shankar Tirthaji. From there only I am learning the things, how to apply such type of multiplications and simple calculations. We can go through the book and it can be available in Amazon also. Slowly we can understand each and every sutra and what is associated Anusutra. We can apply for such type of problems what we are learning today. So with this, I'm concluding. Any doubts, let me know.
Thank you, ma'am.
Actually, we have 16 sutras and 13 Lagu Sutras are there, ma'am. For each sutra, associated Lagu Sutra and explaining for different types of techniques, it will not take 1 hour to complete all the 16 sutras. It will take more time to enhance or sharing my knowledge to them. So even I'm also learning what is inside that Vedic mathematics and what are all the sutras, and for each sutra what is associated with Anu Sutra. That's like I'm sharing my knowledge. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Let me know, is there any question?
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, there's a question in the chat box.
Yeah.
Why current Indian curriculum is not having Vedic mathematics?
It's really a good question. Actually, like we, the teachers' paternity during the school age only, if, the teachers are not making the students to learn mathematics or mathematical equations with a funny way. There is a big resource of like taking this Vedic mathematics, because in our Indian mathematics system, by the grace, or like we are fortunate, or maybe we are with a Macaulay's education system, what are all the things we are inheriting from British, maybe we are offering that only to the students. We will hope for the future generation. According to this NEP 2020, there may be a chance of the people, those who are in higher authorities, they can have strict implementation to either in the school level, if the teachers are making them to interest in mathematics, like simple calculations and reciting one formula or one sutra, how we can have the multiplication very easily. Such a type of trainings are given to the teachers, those who are in the school level. It may gives very big development to our country. I hope so.
Thank you, ma'am. Participants, the session is open up for discussion. You can post your queries in the chat box also.
So this is our responsibility, like a teachers. We are the responsible persons. Whenever we have any opportunity to talk with the students in the schools, we can have at least 2 to 3 sutras during their curriculum. If they can put it like in a sports period or something, like they can learn the things by play mode option, it may gives a good impact on their academics. I think this is our responsibility. We can take into front.
Thank you, ma'am. Participants, any queries, please? Participants, you can unmute yourself, and if there is any queries, you can kindly ask. Participants, any queries? Ma'am, hope there is no questions, ma'am. Shall we wind up the session?
Yes, ma'am. I hope it was conveyed what I am sharing to the people. I hope so. Or is there any lag? I conveyed the things to you properly, my dear colleagues. I conveyed the things properly, because ma'am is asking continuously, is there any question? Means if you are accepting what I am teaching, then okay. Otherwise,
Yes, ma'am. They have responded as yes. Shall we wind up, ma'am?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
It gives me a great pleasure to thank our today's guest, Dr. Vasundhara ma'am, on behalf of IoT Academy, for enlightening talk on this topic. It has been an informational session for all the participants. Thank you, ma'am, for joining with us today. I also thank the participants who have joined here for this session. I request the participants to kindly submit the feedback form that has been posted in the chat box. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank
Can I
you.
leave now? Can I leave now?
Sure, ma'am.